Hi guys. So guess what? I passed my health insurance exam. So I'm going to be starting a health insurance practice exam video right now. So let me tell you what I did. For all of you that are in the life insurance business, you're already functioning, you know and I know that it is extremely hard to find anybody who's going to just stick with the health insurance exam. I mean, I was like going crazy looking all over YouTube. Nobody stuck strictly with health. It's possibly because a lot of people, they went ahead and they did their health and life together. And if you remember, a lot of you, the reason why you even found me, because I was talking about the life and health exam, I couldn't pass it because I was just too distracted. I had too much going on. I was a new author, just wrote my book. I mean, I was just running. I was just enjoying life. But the distraction was overwhelming. So let's talk about that health license. So let me tell you what happened. What happened is I decided on Wednesday, well really Thursday technically, 1 a.m. in the morning, that I was going to pass the test on the weekend. So I got up at 1 o'clock on Thursday in my hotel. I had traveled to South Carolina to work for a week, and I was like, look, you playing too much. You're dragging it on. I even did a video last year saying that I was going to get my health exam passed, and I just never did it. And, you know, life insurance, it is very, very demanding. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's just say this. If you're with my company, life insurance is demanding. Because number one, we don't offer just one product. Number two, we don't just offer one carrier. And number three, we the bomb. We just do it all. We take care of everyone in an entire family. So it takes a lot of your time, but let's talk about this health. So I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I said, I'm going to pass this test and I'm doing it in 3 days. Technically, I wanted to do 2 days, but Pearson VUE, they don't allow you to take your test right away. Like, so when you sign up to take your exam, they don't let you take your exam the next day. You gotta wait another 24 hours. So that's what technically pushed it out, okay? So I got back in town on Thursday night, well, technically Friday night at 12:01 a.m. and I tried to sign up for my test, and they said 24 hours on Friday, so I had to push it to Sunday, and I did the thing, okay? I did the damn thing. All right, so let's talk about it. So in particular, my company, they use Excel Solutions, okay? I love Excel Solutions. Why? I love Excel because of the videos. I am an audio learner. As you can see, I'm in the car. I am always gone. I'm never just sitting in my house. So I needed something I could listen to. And honestly, it's bad, y'all. It's really, really bad. But I am just not a reader. Like, so I listen to audiobooks. I like listening to audiobooks. I don't like, you know, sitting still. I don't know what it is. I'm just not with the sitting still. I'm always on the go, so I needed to be able to listen. So when you go to the course, you indefinitely will do yourself more justice by listening to each video and each chapter and going straight to the quiz. That way you can find out how well you're a good listener. So if you're a good listener, you're going to pass on the first try, okay? Now let me tell you the good thing about the course. You can take those quizzes over and over and over again until you get 100. But in order to go to the next chapter, you have to have a passing score. So all of these different chapters, they have their own little quiz, and you have to make a passing score in order for you to go on to the next chapter. So I literally, from 1 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock, and by 5, I was half dead. Like, I was in pain. And then to top it off, I was checking out on Thursday morning. So I had a lot of pressure on me. I had to finish the course and I had to go back to sleep. I had to get enough sleep because one, I knew I was going to work a little bit after I checked out, and two, I was going to have to drive back to Georgia. okay? So I had a lot of pressure on me. So what I did, I listened intently. I took the quiz, passed it, checked off the modules, went to the next chapter. To my memory, because I'm not going to look at nothing now while I'm driving. To my memory, I think it was about 10 to 12 chapters. And I'll do a little bit more detail when I'm sitting still. I'll do a little bit more detail. But for the health license, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. This is legit. This is for real. I can show you my transcript date, and I can show you my date that I took my test. I did it in 3 days. I started on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I passed my exam. Okay? This is the person that actually started her YouTube off of telling y'all how I had to take the exam twice in order to pass the life part, okay? Like, I was just determined. I just had a made up mind. And one thing that I realized that my company encourages, and it's the best, it is the best advice ever. The company that I work for, they always tell you in your introductory email, do not overstudy and do not prolong passing this exam because you're playing. Because honestly, I'm just going to tell you the truth. If it takes you that long to finish the course, and it takes you a whole month, and then you run over 30 days, you're just not serious. You don't want to do this. And you need to stop playing with people. You need to stop wasting people time. You need to stop wasting your time. You need to stop wasting the people time that you calling, okay? Because you pretty much look like you ain't even taking this serious, okay? At the end of the day, this is a state exam. Now, some people would say, well, because it's a state exam, you know, I just want to take all this time. I just want to be sure that I'm sure. Let me tell you something that I had to learn about Dawn. Okay? When you're sure that you're sure that you're sure, and you want to get it over with, and you want to pass, guess what you're going to do? You're going to pass. You're going to pass. You know, I just showed myself with this one situation how it is when you're ready to get down when you're serious and you ready to take care of business. Ain't nobody gonna be waiting on you. Ain't nobody gonna have to call you and say, did you finish it? Like, we gotta wake up. We gotta stop playing the games, okay? I passed this test in 3 days. I finished the whole course in 5 hours. Okay? So let me tell you what I did. Had a made up mind and was mad and was like, you're gonna do it. Bought the course. Got on the course with the company code that my company gave me because I'm a member, okay? They're not gonna give that discount to everybody, and I'm not gonna tell you what the discount is, but it's big, okay? And I don't have to pay nobody back. Nobody's holding nothing over my head saying that they paid for my course. None of that. I paid for my course. But as a member, I got a nice little discount. So I put the code in, got my discount, paid for the course, and immediately went straight to the introductory video, and then I did video quiz, and then I gave myself a nice long break that day. Now, on Excel Solutions, and if you're a resident of Georgia, you have to verify that you took those hours in the class. So you cannot skip over the class and apply for the exam. They're not going to let you apply for the exam unless you got your transcript, which is a certificate of completion. You will get the certificate of completion once you finish all of the chapters. You will not technically finish the chapters until you have passed every quiz. So after I forced myself to do that in 5 hours, I took a whole day long break. And Friday, I was sick. I was dehydrated. I took a long nap. I actually went and got some Pedialyte. I got these packs for electrolytes from Family Dollar, Lifesavers. Because let me tell you something, I felt like I was going to pass out. And a little part of me, you get like 6 of these in a pack. They're terrific. I felt my body coming back, but it was very, very scary because I totally lost my voice. You couldn't even hear my voice. I was worn out. I was exhausted. And come to find out, I was just dehydrated. And the funny thing about it, if it wasn't for me driving, I'd show you in my back seat, I got a case of water on the floor. So I was drinking water. I just wasn't putting the right nutrients back into my body. So, you know, I got these packs. I drank a whole bottle of Pedialyte, and then I took one of these packs after, and I've been drinking these packs ever since, just to keep myself up. And I got up from that long nap, and I studied a little bit more, and then I went to sleep. I tried to do some paperwork. Then I got up Saturday, took another electrolyte pack, went out, tried to work, came back home, studied some more, stopped. I ended up going to bed like 9:45 that night. I woke back up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I studied some more. So what I did, instead of going back to those chapter tests, I went straight to the simulators. So when you finish Excel for that part, and you get your certificate of completion, you go ahead and you sign up for your course. I mean, your exam, I'm sorry. For Georgia, the exam is $63, right? So I told you about a proctor, my experience with a proctor. I don't like proctors. I don't like it. They micromanage every movement of your body. You got to pick up your computer. You got to show them every part of the room. You know, let me tell you something. It's already enough pressure you taking the test. You don't need all that anxiety with somebody else telling you what you don't need to do. You don't need all that. So you really like kind of setting yourself up to have high anxiety, to be stressed out. Now you're overly conscious about what you do. You can't concentrate. It's scary. You don't need that. So what I ended up doing, I ended up, of course, picking a testing site. And you do that through Pearson VUE. So I picked the site, which is, you know, close to my zip code. And I picked the day, which was Sunday. Thank God. Somebody was in there. And then I strictly went over one of the simulator tests. I couldn't even make it past to the next one. You had to make an 89, 87. And my days were going by. I did not make an 87. I made an 80, I believe, my second time. But my first time, I made like a 78. And I just knew they were going to let me go on. They was like, no, you got to make an 87. I was like, what? But anyway, I constantly kept doing that simulator. I did that simulator 2 times before I went to take my test. And also, I did write my notes like I told y'all I did before. Instead of using Word, this time I just used my notes on my iPad. And I just went over them. But I will tell you this about the health exam. You better know about disability. You better know about the waiting period. You better know about contributory and non-contributory. Contributory is where the employee contributes toward their health care benefits, and non-contributory is where the employer contributes. And you need to know that, you know, this is a tax-free benefit for the employer, I believe, but it's taxable for the employee. And please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, because I want to do another video on it. They definitely kept bringing up revocable and irrevocable beneficiary. They kept bringing it up. They kept wanting to know what would be the result if somebody with an irrevocable beneficiary on their policy wanting to change beneficiary. They're going to be declined because it's called irrevocable. It cannot be changed. What else did they talk about? They talked about disability buyout sellout, where, you know, if one partner in business becomes disabled, you can actually buy them out. They talked about alien, domestic, and foreign agent. They talked about how many years before you renew your license, how long do they allow you to have a temporary license, up to how many times they will let you get a temporary license. They talked about continuing education, how many hours for code and ethics. Yes, that's part life. You're going to see that on your test, even though it is for health. They're going to talk about, what else? One thing I definitely want to say to all people in all states, you need to know your laws for your state. That is a very, very big deal. You need to know what the commissioner job is. You need to know what a counselor's job is. You need to know about reinstatement. You need to know how many hours or how many days that does the commissioner have to notify an agent that they're about to have a hearing. You need to know when can you apply for a reinstatement. It's certain things, but I'm going to go over it in detail in my next video. All I can say is this: we definitely need more health videos on this establishment. I'm excited. I'm also excited that my business partner, I called her on that Thursday and I told her, I said, I completed the course. I'm going to take the test this weekend. She was going on vacation for her daughter's spring break. She called me when I was driving back to Atlanta and she said, how do you get in the course? And guess what? She went yesterday and passed. So she did hers in 3 to 4 days too. Let me tell you something. When you're serious and you want to get it done, you're going to get it done. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. Either you want it or you don't. And let me tell you, I work for one of the best IMOs in the country. Why do I say this? Because I can serve so many different people. And now I'm about to do health. Come on. Let me tell you something. We got a conference coming up next month where they're going to be educating us on health and getting into these portals and actually, you know, doing applications. And, you know, come on, man. Like, listen. We don't do remote at my company, so please don't call me no more. Don't call me asking if you can work from home. You want to work from home, you're not really trying to do this business. You're trying to be a salesperson over the phone. Now, are there people out there that's millionaires selling life insurance over the phone? Yeah, they are. God bless them. But let me tell you something. If you want to step away from the salesiness of the business, you eventually is going to want to start meeting people face to face. Now, if there's a pandemic going on and people are going to get hurt and they're in grave danger if we just going in and out of each other's house, I get it. I will resort to that. But right now, nah, man, I'm my own campaign manager. I'm my own marketing. I'm my own brand. Why would I not want to go out and introduce myself to people and let people know I'm a real person just like them? I exist. This is what we trying to do. I'm trying to help you. I want to help your family. Like, this is where I'm at. And, you know, honestly, it's not a bad thing if you want to be remote. It's not. That's just your choice. But I'm just letting you know, we don't do remote. We don't do remote. We get out and we make things happen. We meet people. We do seminars. We go and we do presentations. We speak to people. We join vendor groups. We do whatever we can just to get the word out. Because let me tell you something. We are leaving this earth every day. And there are too many companies that are rightfully, in their own way, not giving enough resources. And we have the ability to not only give more resources, but to also give more options of different companies. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't trade this for nothing in the world. So, we have a call every Monday and Thursday, a pre-interview call that you are required to attend in order to come aboard. Now, I just stepped my own game up. You know how it is when you dating or you marry somebody and you say that person has raised the bar and now there's a new standard. Guess what? There's a new standard because I've raised the bar on myself. I passed the exam and finished the course in 3 days. So I'm not looking for nobody who's going to take 2 weeks, 3 weeks trying to figure out what their life. Nah, don't want you. I don't want you. I'm sorry. Because you know what? Slow money is not as influential. When you're working slow and you're moving slow, I mean, how much can you really encourage yourself that this is it? Like, I just, you know, I want like-minded people. I'm praying right now, even while I'm doing this video, God send to me, you know, business partners that are looking for somebody who is gonna, you know, who got that edge that I got. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. I don't like to live shabby. I'm not a window shopper. You know that song by 50 Cent? I'm not doing nothing to watch you. Why am I getting in business to watch you? While I said, nah, that ain't that. This ain't that. So, God bless you if you're out there. If you've came across my path, and you say, you know what, I'm ready now. Come on back. Come on back, Cletus. Come on back. Because guess what? It's about to be some new things going on. And it's time to make these things happen. There's people out there that need us. And it's time to stop sleeping on yourself. Let's get lit, all right? God bless you. If you have any questions, please put in the comments. I always have my number available. You can call me, but let's get it.